Hi everybody, welcome to the channel, welcome to the video. I am so excited. So the last time we spoke, I was showing you the pride piece in the finished result of it, varnished and everything. And I was telling you about the fact that I was about to embark on a painting vacation. And so that ended yesterday. I went back to work today, but I am going to begin editing all of the videos that I recorded while I was having my painting vacation. And I have to say, it was amazing. I am so energized. I am so pleased with the result of it, both the experience of doing it and just how much fun it was, but also the fact that I spent several weeks making notes and coming up with thoughts on what paintings I wanted to do, mixing paint for those paintings. I don't have it close by here. I think I left it upstairs on the counter, but I've been walking around with this little journal for weeks, and every time an idea pops into my head for a composition, a painting, a color scheme, whatever, I just jot it down. And I really started digging into my larger canvases. So I have created, I don't know, 1, 2, 3, 4 single paintings and like 2 diptychs and a triptych and just a ton of stuff. And I've gotten up to as big as 18 by 36, and I'm so excited. So a lot of the paintings I did are larger than I've done in the past. I also did a few smaller ones, but I really had a lot of fun, and I'm super energized. I really wish I could do this more often. And I think I will do this more often on a smaller scale, maybe not take an entire, I took 4 days off of work, but it was, 6 full days that I painted for, with a little bit of, weekend activities in between. But it was fantastic, and I'm about to bring you all those videos. Not right now, not in this video. I'm not going to give you a 2-hour long video, but over the next, I don't know how long it will take me to release them all. It'll depend on how long it takes me to edit them all. I am going to be releasing all of those painting videos, and I'm really excited, and I'm really glad you're here, and I thank you for tuning in. And I'm not even really sure at this point which one you're going to see first, but I think what I plan to do is kind of do them in the order, release the videos in the order that I did them. And if I get an opportunity by the later videos, I might actually be presenting at the end of the video the final and varnished piece of whatever that piece is. So I think the first video what you're gonna see in this video is the first piece I did, which was a wood round, and I had a tree of life metal form that I had in my drawer for a while, and I had been wanting to do something with it. And I taped the tree of life to the wood form, and I put it up on an easel in my studio, so that every time I was down here and every time I walked by, I was looking at it, until I finally decided what I wanted to do with it. And so that is the first thing I did on the first day of my painting vacation, one of the first things I did on that first day. And so I think that's what you're going to be seeing now, and then we're going to roll into all the other videos as I get them edited and out and up onto YouTube. So I'm very excited. I'm really excited at the work I did over this past week, and the fact that I challenged myself to go into larger canvases. There was the occasional scraping, but there was also some extreme successes from my perspective, and it really made me feel good and very happy, and I cannot wait to bring these pieces to you, and I cannot wait to bring these pieces to my vendor events. So here we go. We're going to get painting now. Okay, welcome to the video. So, you just saw me prepping this up. We have a MDF board round. Actually, I don't know right offhand the actual size of this. I want to say it's at least 10 inches. It could be 12. This round is, well, no, it's 12. Okay, so it's a 12-inch round, MDF round. I'm pretty sure this came from Lily Beffy. I've had it around a while. I've also had this metal cutout around for a while, and I haven't quite figured out. I knew I wanted to use it. I knew I loved it. I think I probably bought it when there was a special offer or a sale or something, and I haven't used it yet, and I was feeling motivated or inspired, I should say, to use it. A couple of things inspired me. Just the fact that I'm painting this whole week and I have time for some of these projects, and I knew I had this in the drawer and I pulled it out. The other thing that inspired me was this photograph, which went, where did I put it? Oh, here it is. This picture. Now, this isn't going to come out at all like this. This was my inspiration. This is what made me think, okay, I think I know what I can do with this. This picture is obviously, it's a yin and yang of like a tree, and this is the daytime and this is the nighttime and all that. That's not exactly what I'm going to do, but it was the idea for it. So the plan, so the second bit of inspiration that popped in and has sort of made this is this color palette, which I don't have a printout of. I have digital only, so I'll stick it up here. But it's a color palette I saw and I liked, and I started mixing some of the shades that were in it. These two I mixed. This one I mixed, and then I'm going to use turquoise phthalo and Payne's gray as the other two colors. So these are fully just out of the tube, so to speak, colors. I'm going to mix a little silver in the whole thing, and then I'm also going to do a section of this that utilizes some greens and golds. So I have a couple of soft greens because I want to kind of stick with this, a similar, you know, palette as this, where you have mostly soft and then some more saturated colors. And then I'm going to integrate, I don't have like a proper yellow that I want to use. So I'm going to use this, this is Pebio's iridescent gold, and this is Champagne Shimmer from Porridge Posse. They're both, you know, very soft yellowy, as opposed to like a super vibrant poppy gold like Arteza, which I'm not going to use in this one. Okay, so those are my colors, and so much like the picture, I'm going to sort of start with the palette that inspired it, with the pinks and the turquoise and all of these colors, those smoky colors. And I am going to go from these, sort of this deep blue, probably somewhere around this part of it, and then it will fade into the lighter blues, and then the pinks, and then it will come around to the yellows and the greens. And what I did was I just put some light pencil marks on my board for where the stencil was. Not that it matters that much, because the stencil can be placed on here wherever it makes the most sense once the painting is done. But because I did have an idea in my head of where I wanted certain colors to land, I'm just using those pencil marks as my indication of where the different parts of the stencil were originally. So right now I'm going to put this stencil aside someplace safe where it won't get bent. And we're going to start the painting. As you saw, I taped the bottom edges. I put a little paint tape here just in case I end up standing on something. There's a good chance that when this is all done, I'll resin the whole thing. And I don't know if I'm going to resin it as a Lazy Susan or a tray or just as a piece of art. Maybe I won't resin it. I haven't quite, well, I have to resin it a little bit because I have to put that metal piece on. Maybe when I'm done blowing this out, I won't even want to put the metal piece on, but I'm hoping that I will. But I've prepared this so that I have this good edge for, should I resin I can easily remove my tape, which is a great way to get a nice clean finish, resin finish edge. And then this I just tape just to protect from too much mess. Okay, so let's get started on the colors in the blowout. Again, the prep of this is an MDF round, as I mentioned, and the prep of this was simply some clear gesso, sanding, clear gesso, sanding, a couple layers of that. It is MDF, but I am going to allow the paint to go over the edges, and hopefully it will work well. I think what I might do is take one of the colors I'm working with that's a little more opaque. The other thing I was considering was having my gold in the middle, sort of like, you know, emitting light out from the middle. So I'm probably going to start with a little puddle of gold in the middle and then layer my colors around. So let me take a few seconds to figure out which of my paints is more opaque, and I might just paint the sides a little so that there's something for the paint to adhere to and drag over the edges. Okay, be right back. Oh, before we start painting, I'll tell you how I mixed these colors. This one was carmine red with a drop of black in it, and then I lightened it down with some white, and then I toned it up with some permanent magenta. Permanent magenta. Yes, permanent magenta. That was that one. And then this one was simply Amsterdam Persian rose and black. Just a little bit of black. This one was a little bit, I gotta remember. This one was started with white, and then I added some greenish blue, some Amsterdam greenish blue, and then literally a drop. Like, I took my squeeze bottle of already mixed black and I dropped. In fact, this whole color was mixed from already fluid acrylics. So it was a whole bunch of white fluid acrylics, like a few drops of the greenish blue already fluid, and then like almost, like I want to say 1 drop of black. And that's how this one was made. This one and this one I mixed from the 2 paints. But this one I needed so little of the greenish blue and the black that it was easier to mix it with fluid already, because then I could get drops. Okay. it. I really hope it dries well. The cells are developing. The cells are so cool. Hopefully we won't all be underneath the metal pieces, but like I can't really control that too much. But I got the movement I was looking for. I had to do a little extra blowing to get rid of what I was afraid was going to be too much paint, but it seems like it's okay. It's not too much. And oh, it's so pretty. Okay. All right. Well, we'll take a look at it when it's dry. Hi guys. Okay, here is this piece dry, and it's been dry for a bit, and I am going to go ahead because I'm mixing some other resin. I may actually go ahead and attach the tree on here with the resin. It'll depend on if I have any left over, but first I just want to show you how cool this tree is going to look on here. Look at that. I don't know. I just think it's super cool. It's possible that I'll move it this way a little bit more. Have more sky. I kind of wanted a mix between the pink sky and the blue sky. And more of the green at the bottom. But this is going to be so cool. So I'm actually going to end this video here. And again, this will get resined either tonight if I have extra or very shortly. What I need from you is something very specific. What should I make this? Should this be just a very large trivet? Just a piece of art? A tray? It's a little harder as a tray because it has no edges. Or a Lazy Susan. So let me know what you think. Thank you for being here. Come back and paint with me again.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. All the good times just begun.